Welcome back to our Hello English podcast, daily podcast for beginners. Today, we're talking about one of the most important parts of learning a language, listening. Understanding English in real life can feel difficult, but your brain can learn this skill much faster than you imagine, as long as you train it the right way.
Absolutely. Many learners say, everything sounds too fast, or I know these words on paper, but I don't recognize them when someone speaks. And trust me, you're not alone. Every learner in the world feels this at the beginning.
So today, let's slow things down and look at what's really happening when you listen to English. Together, we'll explore why listening feels hard, how your brain processes sounds, and what techniques truly help you understand native speakers. And then, in the second part, we'll do a full practice session.
All right, let's start with something very simple but very important. Listening feels difficult mainly because you don't hear what you don't expect. Your brain is constantly comparing the sounds you hear to patterns it already knows. And if you mostly learned English through reading or grammar, then you know the written form, not the spoken form.
For example, you know the sentence, "What are you doing?" But in real conversation, it becomes, "What are you doing?" It's the same sentence, just connected and shortened. English is full of these linking sounds.
And this is called connected speech. Native speakers naturally blend words together instead of pronouncing them one by one. Once you get used to hearing these patterns, English becomes much easier to understand.
Now, let's talk about what your brain actually needs in order to understand English. Research shows that listening improves when you train three things: recognizing English sounds, recognizing chunks, groups of words, and predicting what comes next.
Native speakers do this all the time. They don't wait for every word. They predict the meaning of the sentence as it unfolds. And today, you'll learn to do the same.
But first, let's talk about one of the strongest techniques, shadowing. Shadowing means repeating immediately after the speaker, not perfectly, but with the same rhythm. This trains your ear to hear English melody and connection.
And you'll practice this with us soon. And don't worry, even if it feels strange, it works incredibly well.
Another key idea is listening in layers. Most beginners try to catch every word at once, but that only creates stress. If you listen first for general meaning, then for keywords, and then for pronunciation details, you'll learn faster and with less pressure.
And now let's talk about chunks. Short expressions like, hang on a second, sounds good, or let me see. Once you learn chunks, listening becomes much easier because you no longer translate word by word. You recognize whole expressions instantly.
And finally, before we jump into practice, here's something important. Listening improves dramatically when you listen to the same audio multiple times. Each time, your brain hears more. Repetition builds understanding.
All right, now that the foundation is clear, let's move into the big practice session, the part where your ear gets stronger.
Let's begin with a warm-up to help your ear adjust to different speeds. We'll say a phrase slowly, then naturally, and finally, the way you might hear it in real-life English. How are you? How are you? How are ya?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Do you want some water? Do you want some water? Do you want some water?
Great! Now that your ear is waking up, let's switch to shadowing, one of the most powerful tools for listening. Just repeat right after me. I'm on my way. I'm running late. Give me a second. Sounds good. I don't know. I don't know.
Nice. Now, slightly faster. Let me check. Hold on. Here we go. Great. Now let's move on to chunks, expressions that appear together all the time. When your brain learns these, listening becomes much easier. Can you give me a hand? Chunk, give me a hand.
Do you want to grab a coffee? Chunk, grab a coffee.
Let me think about it. Chunk, think about it.
I'll get back to you. Chunk, get back to you.
Do you need anything else? Chunk, anything else?
Now, let's move into predictive listening, guessing the next word. Your brain will start recognizing patterns faster this way. I'm hungry, I want to eat something. I'm tired, I need to rest. I'm late, I have to hurry. It's cold outside, you should take a jacket. I don't understand, can you repeat that?
Perfect. Let's move into real-life dialogues. We'll start slow, then natural, then fast. Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please?
Sure. Anything else?
Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please?
Sure. Anything else?
Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please?
Sure. Anything else? Let's switch to a supermarket situation. Excuse me, where can I find the bread?
It's in aisle 3, on your left.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Excuse me, where can I find the bread?
It's in aisle 3, on your left. Now let's practice a short phone call. Phone calls are great for training listening without visual clues. Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay, see you soon.
See ya.
Great. Next, we're going to practice reduced forms, the shortcuts native speakers use. I'm gonna to I'm gonna. I want to I wanna. I don't know to I don't know. What do you to what do ya? Did you to did ya? Now, repeat. I'm gonna call you later. Do you want to go out tonight? Do you want to go out tonight? I don't know. Great. Now let's try listening with a little background noise, like a cafe. Hi there. Can I get a large tea with lemon, please?
Sure. Anything else?
Nope, that's everything. Thanks.
Now let's move to a simple home conversation.
Hey, can you help me for a second?
Sure. What do you need?
Can you open this jar? I can't do it.
Yeah, no problem. Here you go.
Thanks. Let's keep going with a faster, everyday conversation. Hey, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything?
Yeah, can you get some milk and eggs?
Sure. Anything else?
Nope, that's it, thanks.
And now, let's finish with a longer, natural dialogue. Just listen to the flow.
Hey, what are you up to today?
Not much. I'm just finishing some work. What about you?
I'm going to the park with the kids. Do you want to join us later?
Yeah, maybe. What time are you going?
Around 4. We'll grab ice cream too.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay, text me when you're free.
Sure, I'll let you know.
That's all for today's practice. You did an amazing job. Really, even if it feels challenging sometimes, remember that your brain learns every moment you listen.
And the more you listen, the easier English becomes. Just come back tomorrow, train a few minutes each day, and you'll see real progress.
Before we finish today's episode, we want to give you something special. A long, detailed section of real advice that you can use in your everyday life. Think of this part like a roadmap for improving your listening. If you follow even half of these ideas, you'll notice progress very quickly.
Exactly. Many learners believe that listening improves magically over time. But in reality, listening improves when you train it the same way athletes train their muscles. Your ears, your brain, and your memory need practice, repetition, and real exposure to English. And the beautiful part is, you don't need hours a day. A few minutes every day can completely transform your listening.
So let's talk about what really helps, and let's do it like a conversation. naturally, slowly, step by step, so your brain starts understanding not only English, but also how to learn English.
One of the most important things to understand is that your brain learns through exposure, not through pressure. When you listen to something without trying to translate every word, your brain relaxes. And a relaxed brain learns faster. Many learners make the mistake of forcing themselves to understand everything immediately. But that creates tension, and tension blocks learning.
That's why one of the best pieces of advice we can give you is this. Don't try to understand every word. Try to understand the message. English is not math. You don't need to catch 100% to follow the meaning. Even native speakers don't listen to every single word. They listen for key ideas, tone, and context. You can train this same skill.
And speaking of context, here's something even more important. Your brain learns faster when it knows the topic. If you listen to something you already understand in your own language, for example, cooking, travel, family, health, your brain can predict the ideas more easily. Predicting makes listening feel slower, clearer, and much more comfortable.
So, one practical idea is choose listening content related to your life. If you're a parent, listen to podcasts about kids, family routines, school. If you love travel, listen to stories about trips. If you enjoy food, listen to recipes. Familiar topics make English feel more guessable.
And now let's talk about another powerful trick, something that almost all successful language learners use: repetition. Listening to something once is not enough. Listening to something twice is better. But listening to something 10 times, that's where the magic happens.
And I know what you may be thinking. Won't I get bored? Well, here's the interesting part. You won't. Because every time you listen, you hear something new. A phrase that was noise becomes recognizable. A sound that felt confusing becomes familiar. Your brain organizes the sounds like puzzle pieces, and the picture gets clearer and clearer.
You can actually try this experiment with today's episode. Listen to it once now, and listen again tomorrow. The second time, you'll feel more confident. The third time, you'll feel like you suddenly understand everything.
Another useful habit is creating what we call a listening environment. And the best news, you can do this without studying. For example, listen to English while cooking, listen while walking, play English quietly in the background while cleaning, or even while scrolling your phone.
Background listening may feel passive, but your brain is always listening, even when you're not paying attention. Even if you understand only 10%, your brain is learning the melody of English, the rhythm, the sound patterns, the rising and falling intonation.
And you'll notice the difference very soon. Suddenly, you'll hear a phrase in real life and think, wait, I've heard that before. That moment means your brain is connecting the dots.
Now let's talk about something many learners ignore, and it's actually one of the biggest reasons people struggle with listening: your expectations. If you expect to understand 100% from the beginning, you'll feel discouraged. But if you expect listening to be a slow journey, you'll enjoy it.
So here's a good mindset. Instead of thinking, I don't understand, try thinking, my brain is learning the sound patterns right now. Instead of thinking, this is too fast, try thinking, this speed will feel normal soon. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, say, this is part of the process.
The truth is, English never becomes slow. You simply become faster. And that's a beautiful transformation. You start noticing things you never heard before.
Now let's talk about tools. There are 3 listening tools that work extremely well when combined: short dialogues, shadowing, and chunk repetition.
Short dialogues help because they simulate real life. You hear real English, real conversation speed, and everyday vocabulary. Shadowing helps because it trains your ear to catch the rhythm. And chunk repetition helps because it teaches your brain to recognize phrases as whole units instead of separate words.
And here's a tip many learners never think about. Listen to the same dialogue at different speeds. Start slow, then normal, then fast. At first, fast will feel impossible, but after listening a few times, fast becomes normal, and normal becomes easy.
This technique actually trains your brain to process English more quickly. It's like lifting weights. You start with something heavy, and when you return to lighter weight, it feels effortless.
Now let's talk about pronunciation. Not your pronunciation, but the pronunciation you hear. Many learners think listening is hard because the words are unclear. But actually, English has a lot of hidden sounds, reduced sounds, and shortcut sounds.
Exactly. English speakers don't say going to. They say gonna. They don't say want to. They say wanna. And once your ear recognizes these reductions, listening becomes so much easier. It's like unlocking a secret code.
Here's a practical tip. When you hear a reduced form, repeat it out loud. Even if you feel silly, shadow it, imitate it, copy the rhythm. Your brain will learn to hear it in real conversations.
Another piece of advice is use subtitles, but use them wisely. Subtitles are a tool, not a crutch. Here's how to use them. First, listen without subtitles, then listen with subtitles, then listen again without subtitles.
This method trains your ear and your memory. It helps you connect written words to real sounds. It also reduces the fear of missing something because you know you'll see the words afterward. Here's something else. Don't learn too many new words at once. Your brain can't absorb everything. But if you focus on a few phrases, a few chunks, and a few patterns, you'll notice they repeat in real conversations all the time.
That's why smart learners don't try to learn everything. They try to learn what appears the most. Phrases like, I mean, kinda, sort of, here you go, sounds good, let me see, and hang on. Once you know these, you suddenly understand much more.
And now let's talk about something very human, patience. Listening doesn't improve linearly. Some days you feel amazing. Other days you feel stuck. Both are normal. Your brain is always working even when it doesn't feel like it.
So here's one of the best daily habits you can adopt. Listen for 5 minutes every day, even on your busy days. 5 minutes may not feel like much, but consistency wins the game. Your brain loves routine, and it learns faster when you show up regularly.
Another great strategy is mixing active and passive listening. Active listening is when you concentrate and try to understand. Passive listening is when English is simply playing in the background. Both are important. Active listening builds skill. Passive listening builds comfort. Comfort leads to confidence. Confidence leads to progress.
And here's something fun. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you see. Describe what you're doing. Repeat phrases from movies. Imitate lines from podcasts. This helps your mouth and your ear adjust to the same patterns.
Finally, remember this. Listening is not just about understanding English. It's about getting used to the music of the language. English has rhythm, melody, flow, movement. The more you hear it, the more natural it becomes.
So don't worry if everything feels difficult now. This is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your brain is learning something new. And every time you listen, you take one more step towards understanding real English in real situations. Give yourself time. Give yourself kindness. Give yourself exposure. That's all you need.
Your listening will improve, we promise. And we're here every day to walk through this journey with you. Thank you for joining us. We loved practicing with you today, and we'll be here again tomorrow with a new episode.
If you enjoy this episode, subscribe and like it so others can find it. Learn real English with our daily podcast for beginners.
Have a wonderful day, and see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.